What if the fate of the galaxy rested in the hands of the Jedi Council, only for some of its members to be completely unprepared for the challenge? The Council was meant to be the greatest gathering of Jedi minds, yet history has shown that wisdom and power weren't always evenly distributed. Some were legendary warriors and strategists, while others barely deserved their seat. From fearless battlefield generals to Jedi who made galaxy-altering mistakes, we're ranking every member of the High Council from worst to first. With that being said, let's break down who truly shaped the Jedi Order and who just sat in a chair. Number 10. Evan Piel. Evan Piel was one of the most experienced Jedi on the Council, but that didn't save him from being completely overshadowed. This Lannic Jedi Master had the skills to survive some of the toughest battles in Star Wars lore, including the brutal battle of Malastare Narrows, where he helped wipe out an entire fleet of enemy ships. He was also a tough-as-nails warrior, known for using 2 lightsabers at once in combat. So why is he ranked this low? Because despite his combat experience, he never had a real impact on the story. He barely appears in the movies, and even in the Clone Wars. He gets taken out in a prison escape mission, never making it to Order 66. His skills were undeniable. But in the grand scheme of the Jedi Council, he was a footnote. The Jedi Council was filled with legendary figures, but not every member lived up to the title of Elite Warrior. Take Coleman Trebor, for example, a Jedi whose moment in the spotlight was as brief as it was disastrous. Number 9. Coleman Trebor. Coleman Trebor is proof that being on the Council doesn't just mean you're an elite warrior. If you don't remember him, that's because he went out faster than almost anyone in Attack of the Clones. During the Battle of Geonosis, he made a bold but stupid move, jumping up to Count Dooku's balcony alone, lightsaber drawn. Instead of a legendary duel, he got blasted out of the fight in seconds by Jango Fett. No defense, no counter, just gone. In the lore, Trebor was supposed to be more of a diplomat than a warrior, which makes it even stranger that he attempted such a reckless attack. Even if he had survived the blaster fire, what was his plan? Take on Dooku one-on-one? A Sith Lord who was trained by Yoda and had just beaten Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker at the same time. Yeah, Coleman Trebor had no chance. But the next Jedi shows what happens when a master makes mistake after mistake, ignoring warnings, walking into traps, and bending the rules when it suits him. Number 8. Ki-Adi-Mundi. Ki-Adi-Mundi had an elite seat on the Council, but he made some of the worst decisions of any Jedi Master. He dismissed Qui-Gon Jinn's warning about the Sith, underestimated Count Dooku, led his clone straight into a death trap on Megiddo, and let's not forget, he was one of the few Jedi allowed to have a family. Despite the Jedi Code banning attachments, he justified it by saying his species had a low birth rate. For someone who was supposed to be wise, he missed every single red flag leading up to the Clone Wars. But while Ki-Adi-Mundi's failures were a series of missteps, Kit Fisto's fate was something else entirely. A sudden, brutal end that felt almost unfair. Number 7. Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto had something most Jedi lacked: personality. While many council members were stoic and distant, Kit was always grinning, even in the heat of battle. That wasn't just for show. He was a lightsaber duelist on another level. His unique Shicho fighting style made him dangerous in chaotic combat.
You might have been a proud warrior once, but now you're just a pawn in Dooku's game. I wield great power, Jedi fool.
Allowing him to take on multiple opponents at once. And let's not forget, he fought General Grievous and survived. Few Jedi could say that. In the Clone Wars, Kit Fisto and his former apprentice Nadar Veb confronted Grievous in his own lair. While Nadar was taken down, Kit escaped unarmed after an intense duel. That makes his quick defeat against Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith even more frustrating. It felt rushed. He was one of the most talented duelists, yet he was cut down in seconds. Did Palpatine take him by surprise, or did Kit Fisto deserve a longer fight? But what's worse, falling in battle or being trapped as a pawn of the Empire? Number 6. Luminara Unduli. Luminara was the definition of grace under pressure. A highly disciplined, tactical Jedi Master, she led clone forces in battle and remained calm even in the most dire situations. But if there's one thing she symbolizes most, it's the Jedi's tragic downfall. She survived Order 66, but not for long. Instead of being executed right away, she was captured, imprisoned, and used as bait by the Empire. In Star Wars Rebels, we learn that her corpse was kept in a cell, and the Empire used holograms of her to lure surviving Jedi into a trap. It was a chilling reveal, a Jedi Master reduced to nothing but a tool for the Empire. Could Luminara have played a bigger role if she had escaped? Or was she always doomed to be one of the first casualties of the Empire? But it was Mace Windu who stood as one of the Order's strongest warriors, nearly changing the course of history in his duel with Palpatine. Number 5. Mace Windu. Mace Windu is one of the strongest Jedi of his era, no doubt about it. His Vapad fighting style allowed him to channel the darkness of his opponents against them. Making him one of the only Jedi who could stand toe-to-toe with a Sith Lord, and he almost won. His duel with Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith is still debated by fans today. Either way, Mace was seconds away from changing history before Anakin intervened. If he had just finished the job immediately, the entire Empire might have never happened. Mace Windu came closer than anyone to stopping the rise of the Empire. But fate had other plans. But what about the Jedi who faced the ultimate betrayal, fighting his own brother-in-arms on a fiery battlefield? Number 4. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan wasn't just a great Jedi. He was one of the greatest characters in Star Wars. He was a master duelist, a brilliant strategist, and the heart of the Jedi Order. His greatest feat? Defeating Anakin Skywalker at his strongest. At the time of their duel, Anakin had just wiped out the Jedi Temple, defeated Jedi Masters with ease, and had power levels rivaling Darth Sidious. Yet Obi-Wan, despite knowing Anakin's raw strength outmatched his own, outmaneuvered him through skill, experience, and his deep understanding of his former apprentice's weaknesses. He also went on to train Luke, setting the entire rebellion in motion. Without him, there is no Star Wars. In contrast, Yoda carried the weight of the Order's failures, despite his immense power and centuries of experience. Number 3. Yoda. For 900 years, Yoda led the Jedi. He trained countless Jedi Masters, including Luke Skywalker, Dooku, Mace Windu, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. At his strongest, he could lift entire X-Wings with ease, battle Sith Lords in lightsaber duels, and sense events happening across the galaxy. But even with all his power, he failed. Yoda did not see the Sith's plan unfolding right under his nose. By the time he realized the Republic was doomed, it was too late. His final battle with Palpatine ended in defeat, and he was forced into exile. Still, his teachings shaped the future. Without Yoda, Luke would have never become a Jedi, and that alone makes him one of the most important Jedi of all time. His wisdom shaped generations, but even he could not stop the fall of the Jedi. But Qui-Gon Jinn was the only one who saw past the Order's rigid beliefs and understood the truth long before even Yoda did. Number 2. Qui-Gon Jinn. While the rest of the Jedi were stuck in their rigid, dogmatic ways, Qui-Gon saw through the cracks. He recognized the Force as something deeper, something beyond just rules and politics. He was the first ever Jedi to discover Force Ghost immortality, something not even Yoda or Mace Windu understood at the time. If he had survived, he might have been the only Jedi who could have properly trained Anakin and prevented his fall to the dark side.
You have grown strong and powerful, just as I imagined.
Master,
Do you believe you are the chosen one?
how can I know?
But in the end, it was Luke Skywalker who truly embodied the ideals of the Jedi and reshaped the galaxy. Number 1. Luke Skywalker. There is no debate. Luke Skywalker is the greatest member of the Jedi Council. He defeated Darth Vader, resisted the dark side, redeemed Anakin Skywalker, restarted the Jedi Order from nothing, and let's not forget, his raw power in the Force was beyond anything seen before. Even Darth Sidious feared him. In Legends, Luke became so powerful that he could crush entire Star Destroyers with the Force and move black holes. Even in The Last Jedi, he projected himself across the galaxy, something no Jedi had done before. So what do you think about this ranking? Do you agree? Let us know in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe for more like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.